Sometimes we need to purchase multiple units of the same fixed asset. This is just an example, for example, in which maybe we need to replace the computers for all of our employees that, well, they are graphic designers. And the thing is, we have like 20 designers. So that means that we need to purchase 20 computers, and of course we need to create the corresponding 20 master records in the system. But then the problem is that usually when we have this kind of a scenario, all the computers are just the same, so everyone works with the same capacity and just with the same model. So well, when we have this kind of situation, then it will be just very painful to create every master record just individually, one by one, because all of the units, all of these computers are exactly the same. Actually, as we have seen, they have the same color, the same capacity, everything, right? The same RAM, the same, pretty much the same everything. So instead of just going one by one, we have a possibility here to use the multiple asset scenario in the create asset app. So that is what, of course, what we want to show right now. And let's just start the app, of course. And actually, well, this, as we were saying, the actual exercise will be with hardware, with computers. So let's select the correct asset class, which for us it's the 3200 computer hardware. So let's select that one, and again, well, just double check the company code, but this is the main difference. We need to set up a number of similar assets here. We want to do it with 20. Let's just create 10, for example. And the process is interesting because it's pretty much the same. I mean, we have to come here, click master data, and we need to enter just a description, for example, like Apple MacBook Pro Retina display, 8 gigabytes like RAM, and I don't know, like 256 of like a solid state drive. And well, we just complete that description. We can come here to the time dependent tab and just enter the cost center. For design, and that's it. With this, I mean, the depreciation areas are all default values, and we don't want to modify those, so we can just save. And what's interesting here is that now we have a pop-up. Is not just the system is not just saying, okay, these are your asset master records. First, saying that we have selected that we want to create 10, and it's just giving us this option to maintain and change some values. So let's do that. So well, most of the times, well, as you know, in corporations we have these even sometimes it's like metal tags that we can just attach to the assets. So that in that tag we have, for example, the inventory number. So even though all these laptops are the same capacity, and also the cost center is the same for all of them because they are for the design, we can just enter, for example, a different inventory number, and that is what we will do right now, so that we have a match in the system with this, as we're saying, this tag, like metal tag that we can have in the physical assets. So this is a very common practice, and just to really have a control of what's happening with our assets. So let's just enter the last inventory numbers here. And what's important also, as I said, we could also modify maybe the cost center or the profit center or the segment. For our example, this is something we will not modify, but sometimes maybe one or two of the laptops were for financials, for example, for the financial department, for some accountants. Well, if that happens, we could modify for two of them the cost center, because they need to post the depreciation costs in a different cost center. This is not the scenario for us right now, so we will leave just everything as is, and let's just say yes there and then create. Of course, a big difference, as you can see right now, is that we will have these IDs of the like the master records, and it's just a range because now we have the first asset is like 600,000, but then we it runs on up to 600 like 600,009. So well, with this we are sure that all of the master records were created correctly, and we can just well, of course, quit the app. With this, we finish the lesson, but we just want to remind you you can contact us using our email, just 123learnsap@gmail.com. 123 with numbers. And of course, we are there just to hear you out, answer all your queries, receive some comments. So, whatever you is crossing your mind, just drop us a line there. Thank you so much, and let's continue with the next one.